Welcome back to State of the Nation. I still have with me the Executive Secretary, State Emergency Management Agency of Benue State, Emmanuel Shaw. But let's quickly toss over to Paul Odenigbo. He's the Executive Secretary of SEMA, Anambra State. I want to thank you so much indeed for joining us at this point. Now, Anambra State is a very peculiar state. It's also one of the states that has recorded some level of flooding and disasters owing to the fact that the soil there, it's a lateritic type of soil, and it has had its iron content percolated over years. And that seems to be giving rise to those deep gully erosions that we have seen today. With this kind of rainfall that we recording in Nigeria, very, very high intensity. And of course, the Anambra State region is classified under the rainforest. How does this work for the people of Anambra State, especially now that the rains are so intense?
Thank you very much, Jimba. We got the alert from the NIHSA, and immediately we got that. We embarked on intensive sensitization of our people. We have 10 local government flood-prone areas in the Anambra State, and we have gone around these local governments to warn them about what is likely to happen very shortly with regards to flooding and all that. And at the same time, we have 28 emergency shelters in Anambra State. As we speak now, we are cleaning up all these centers to get them ready for human habitation in the event of this flood, so that we'll be able to keep them as comfortable as possible in the shelter for the temporary time they will be there. The government of the state, through SEMA, is doing so much by provision of the items we need to enable us to work. For example, we have had a meeting with the security agencies, the police, the army, the navy, who will help us during the rescue operations because of the river to the coast area of in Anambra State. At the same time, we have embarked on training and retraining of our community-based organizations who will normally help us to rescue people, to help people who are in need when the flood occurs. And
so,
that's what we're
my
doing.
apologies, if I may just come in here again. What efforts have your state done, for instance, to channelize floodwaters?
So it's an ongoing thing on a daily basis. Anambra State, we keep warning people not to block the flood channels, to keep the gutters clean, not to build on the floodplains. We have always done that, and the people are complying extensively. But, of course, here and there, sometimes you can see that there's spots of areas where there's this blockage that is causing what we call flash flooding at the urban areas. So going back to the main riverine areas, we have sensitized them enough, and they know that they are ready to leave as soon as the signal comes on to evacuate.
Okay, let me put you on pause for a minute or two and get back to Mr. Shaw, your colleague from Benue State. Mr. Shaw, okay. What level are we at now? Especially, you are very close, very dangerously close, as a matter of fact, to below sea level in Benue State, and of course, very close to the River Benue. That puts you very, very at a very, very precarious situation for the people who live by the riverside there. Now, how much of them are willing to relocate?
Yeah, nobody waits for death to come and meet them. So people are responding positively. They are complying. A lot of them have started moving already, because we are taking readings on a daily basis from the water measuring instruments, gauges that are mounted in River Benue by NIHSA. And so a lot of them have started moving, and we have also activated our contingency plan. As I've explained before, we have cleared a central place that is big enough so that in the event of the flood, we'll be able to evacuate the victims to that place. And I said earlier also that government has also The governor of Benue State has also approved some money that is ready for us to buy relief materials. I've cleared my warehouses and we are set. And we have continued with sensitization, we have continued with announcements on radio and jingles. We have extended that to churches. We are doing that also through town criers who are moving around the town and also the local governments and communities that are likely to be affected by this flood. So we have continued to be on the alert, to be watchful, and we're taking the readings and sharing with the general public on a daily basis.
Let me put you on hold also and speak to Mr. Paul. How much of building up dikes and levees will help this kind of situations?
How much of what?
Of building dikes and levees to try to contain the areas and keep people safe. How much of that would you subscribe to, especially for the state government?
I have told you we have 28 of them.
Dikes? You have dikes and levees?
Levy?
Yes, to build levees and dikes.
No. There's no such thing as levy. There's no such thing as levy. We provided these facilities for people who will be affected by the flood, who will have to leave their home for our emergency shelters. There's no such thing as levy provided for this.
No, you're not getting me. I'm not talking about levies and payments. I'm talking about levies as a barrier and dikes also building them by construction companies to try to protect the people.
The construction companies. Jimba, this is not clear. I'm not hearing you clearly. I didn't get your question clearly.
Okay, it does appear that you're not getting my question very clearly, even though the lines must be a little muffled for you. But I must thank you so much indeed, Mr. Paul Odinibo, is the Executive Secretary of SEMA, Anambra State, and also Emmanuel Shaw, the Executive Secretary of State Emergency Management Agency of Benue State. I must thank you both, gentlemen, for talking to us on State of the Nation and hoping that those states that have been mentioned, to include Katsina, Benue State, Anambra State, and a couple of more states in the NIMET readings, will also get the information and know that perhaps this is the time to take those decisive steps and move as quickly as possible to ensure that they do not get caught up in those disasters that we're saying. As a matter of fact, those states have been mentioned repeatedly: Rivers, Delta, Bayelsa, Adamawa, Taraba, Benue, Edo, and Anambra states. Those are indeed the states from NIHSA that are prone to this floods that may occur anytime from now. But that's how it's been on the show. I want to thank you so much indeed for watching. I am Gimba Umar. See you next time for a fresh package. Bye for now.